What's up? This is Justin for gunslinger861's channel, and it's Tuesday night. I am bored, so I'm gonna do a review. So rather than reviewing something new, I'm gonna start going over some of the stuff I did before. I haven't did yet, stuff I've watched but haven't done before. And I know I said this is my last review, but like I said, I'm bored, so whatever. Who cares? Anyways, I want to cover tonight Aftermath Genesis by Nacho Cerda, released by Honor Films in 2005, and then I think re-released in 2008. I'm not sure, but to a lot of people, this movie's old news. It's old hat. A lot of people know about it, especially in the underground circles. Everyone knows about this film. But I remember hearing about this film, reading about it on a site called Keith's Flesh Eaters when I was about not quite 15. And having already been pretty well traumatized by Necromantic, released a trailer for it, I read the gore highlights and the synopsis for this, and they were like, "There's no way in hell I can handle this. There's no way. If Necromantic gave me that much trouble, there's no way." And then later on, I found a Video Mayhem of Florida, and they were carrying it, and they were saying this movie was harsh, and of course, they're saying it's harsh. It's got to be harsh. Anyways, years later, I finally got my hands on a copy of the DVD, and I watched it. And the first time I watched it, I literally had a magazine in front of my face. It was so hard for me to watch. And even the menu screen, there was the menu screen for Aftermath, the special feature for Aftermath. It's like one of the nastiest parts of the film where the guy's just given to that corpse, and it's on a loop. And I was like, I can't do this. Anyways, I finally actually sat down and watched it after that, and I gotta say, under all the visceral, just horrific imagery, it's a really solid film. I mean, granted, it's only 30 minutes, and it's, a guy fucking a rubber corpse, but the director and the cameraman are absolutely brilliant in this. Brilliant. It's not like a boot grade film where it's done kind of eroticized. It's done in an artsy manner. It's very blunt. It's very truthful. It's very much. I think Mr. Cerda really just set out that this kind of thing happens, whether you like it or not. Here it is, and I find it completely believable that this probably occurs on a regular basis in some places, and that to me made it harder to watch. It was just special effects were really good. I mean, for just being rubber. In some places, yeah, I could tell it was rubber, but some of those were really good looking, really good sound effects, good effects. Good acting by Pepto Sar. I mean, he didn't say one word of dialogue, but he didn't need to. His eyes did all the work, and his body language was fantastic. And it just added to it and made it just so immensely creepy and so hard to stomach. And the use of Mozart's Requiem in D minor, it gave it this cold, bleak, and hopeless feel to it. And to me, that choice was just perfect for music. This director, the irony is that this director has amazing talent, but it shines through the most on his most unapproachable film, which I think is kind of funny. Just the irony of it that you really see him shine at is one of the most uncompromising pieces of film I've ever seen. The Unearthed release is awesome. It's beautiful. If you don't have it by now, pick it up. It's good. You get Aftermath. You get a ton of bonus stuff. You get 2 other films Cerda did. Get The Awakening and Genesis, which Genesis is one of my personal all-time favorites. It deals with death and the grieving process, and it's very beautiful. It's very metaphorical. I really liked it. Again, Pepto Sar, the acting, no need for language. You completely get it. There's an interview with there's trailers, there's a conversation between Cerda and George Bootgreat, which I thought was really interesting. Given two similar styles of movies, but I have to agree though with what Sarah said about this film, that he doesn't categorize it in movies like Necromantic or Cannibal Holocaust. It's been put in the same categories with, because he doesn't really consider it a horror film. He considers it his own nightmare put on celluloid. And I do consider it a horror film, but to me it's much more frightening because it's much more, to me it's very real. It's very realistic. And it's shot in such a professional manner that you're in awe of it, but you're also horrified. It's like a train wreck. You don't want to look, but you can't pull your eyes from it. So that's the best way I can say it. And I mean that in a respectful and complimented way to Mr. Serta, because like I said, I believe he's a very talented director, and this film is definite proof of that. I'm gonna say. The Unearthed Relief, again, is fantastic. Pick it up. Aftermath is a very hard film to stomach. If I haven't stated that clearly yet, it is an extremely hard film to stomach. But if you look at it for the camera work, for the score, the special effects, the direction, the acting even, it really is an immense piece of work, and put together in 30, and you see all this in 30 minutes that was done with so little. It really says something. And to me, it's what says something is that in 30 minutes you can see something that you can't unsee. And that's one of the things I have to say about this film, is you can't unsee this film. It took me a long time to shake this film off, really, before I watched it again. And really got not an appreciation for this film, but appreciation for the director and his work, and what he put into this monstrosity. So I recommend it for fans of film, fans of horror. Not so much fans of horror films. It's a little intense. Underground horror film fans, if you're new to this, check it out. It's pretty hard and it's pretty intense. It really is a kick in the face. It really is. So, anyways, I am dragging ass, bombing tired, so I'm going to bed. Anybody watches review, thanks, but good night.